Okay, we're going to make my white chocolate mousse with a raspberry and mint coulis. This is so delicious, and the best bit is it's really, really easy. Might be quite a few little things to do, but don't worry, they're all nice and simple. First off, we need to make the shortbread base, which goes on the base of the mousse. So hopefully you've got your flour, your butter and your sugar next to your blender. And all we need to do is add them all to the blender and blend them up. So first in the flour, then the butter, and then lastly the sugar. So we can just pop the lid on and give this a good blend away. Ready, go. Okay, you've stopped, hopefully. Hopefully yours should be looking something like this. Just gone into a breadcrumby mixture. Okay, so we just need to lightly flour our work surface, and then we can empty the mixture on top. It'll just be crumbs at the moment, but we're going to bring it all together with our hands. There we go, so just empty the mixture on top. And now with our hands, all we need to do is just bring it together and try and make these crumbs into one big sort of blob of shortbread pastry. So like that, and then pressing it together. Should be starting to come together. You may find that it is a little bit crumbly, but that's fine. Remember, we're not making hundreds of shortbread rounds. All we want to really be doing with this is putting them on the baking tray and having enough for 2 little food cutter worth. Go. Just keep mushing it together with your hands until it sort of comes together in one. You'll always have a few little bits of crumbs though, so don't worry. Okay, hopefully it's just starting to come together. So it's like that. And we can bring in our baking tray. We don't really need to roll this out because there's not enough of it. What we can just do is pop it straight onto the baking tray itself and then flatten it out on the baking tray. So pop your lump of shortbread dough onto your baking tray and then just flatten it out with your hands. And then all you need is enough for 2 cooking rings. There we go. So I'm just flattening it down with my hands, and obviously as it's doing that, it's spreading it out. There we go. Don't worry if it doesn't look pretty like mine. Mine doesn't look pretty either, I meant. That's absolutely fine. So hopefully you have something like this. So you've got about centimetre thick, nice bit of shortbread. And so we're going to pop that in the oven in a second. But first off, we're just going to add the stuff for the raspberry coulis. So let's just make a little bit of room. Bring in my pan. Just showing you've got the raspberries and the mint. Go straight into your saucepan. Then all we need to add is a dessert spoon of sugar and a splash of water. Just like that. And the water will just give it enough that help it melt along the way and create a juice. So what we need to do now is just pop the baking tray into the oven for maybe 10 to 15 minutes until it just starts going golden around the edges. Don't want to wait until it's gone completely golden, otherwise it'll be overcooked by the time it cools. So 10 to 15 minutes for this, and then pop your pan onto medium hob for about 5 minutes and allow it to bubble away. and then when you come back we'll be ready to go to the next step.